So today we're talking Old Irving Park and Irving Park in general, which you will have a lot more input on because that's where you live.
That's right. The
Yeah.
last 5 years.
So, what do you like the most about the neighborhood and why did you choose it when you moved there?
A lot of things. I would say that the main one was how much of a residential neighborhood feel it really gave me, still being very much in our urban city limits. We were not quite ready to move to the suburbs when we moved, but we know we wanted more space. We wanted green. We wanted that neighborly feel, and we're getting all of that. The streets are wide. The trees
Streets are
are
wide.
huge
Yeah.
and mature and beautiful. The architecture of the neighborhood is so visually stimulating. We are not all in one row of the same style home. You know, all of the houses have a different character, short of some of the newer builds that are going up, and they tend to look more similar to each other, but it's just so lovely walking around and wondering, what does the inside look like?
Yeah.
How much have these people preserved on the inside of their home? And
I remember looking at one home for us because we are also looking in the general area, anywhere from, Irving Park to Roscoe. But a couple homes we went in that you could only get to the upstairs level by walking through another bedroom.
Right.
And that would never happen in
That's old
today's.
school.
Yeah, that's old
Yeah.
school, right? Or just changes they've made to the layouts. But I think the biggest pro for us for the area is the lot sizes, right? So standard lot size in Chicago is 25 by 125. But in Old Irving, you find a lot of 50 by 125 or 50 by 150.
150.
Right? Yeah. And even some that are like 160, so you get a lot of space, like you said, the yard, or, you get side yard or you get driveways.
yeah, we have a side drive, which is huge. It's great for our kids in the summer to just be able to run up and down on their bikes. It is a pain in the winter because there's a lot of snow shoveling,
Yes.
but that's the trade-off.
You still have alleys.
We have our alleys. Not all of the homes, not all of the streets in Old Irving Park have alleys. So there are a few where the bins are out front.
Because normally in Chicago neighborhoods, we see the same kind of, layouts with 25 by 125 lots, alleys either in a T or an I format to go just right behind the houses, right? And you access your garage from the alley.
Right.
And all your garbage goes back there. And, it's a different way to look at it because a lot of people might be coming from areas where everyone has a driveway and it cuts into the landscape of the streetscape, I should say. So the normal lots, it's like you have just like a wall, like facade of, or a house of, just a wall of facades, we'll say. I don't know the best way to put it, but and in Old Irving, they're more spread out. You have driveways, so it feels more spacious.
Yeah, you're not on top of your neighbor.
Right.
At all. That is great. Honestly, the draw for us when we moved, after driving around quite a bit, had helped some clients look in the area. I thought, oh, this is a little bit further northwest. This is a little bit more off the beaten path than I maybe thought that I wanted to be after living in Logan Square. But there are kids and dogs on every corner of our neighborhood at any given time. So one of the main draws, without being too cheesy, is like the community aspect of it. You get to know your neighbors so quickly because everyone is out and about.
Yeah.
People love to walk in our neighborhood, and I never got that feeling when we lived in some of the other neighborhoods that we came from. We've got a lot of schools in the neighborhood very close by, some which are, you could throw a rock at them depending on where you are, others that are across main streets, but the proximity to everything is great. And then the Six Corners, which has developed so much in the last 5 years.
Six Corners being?
The 6 corners being Cicero, Irving Park Road, and Milwaukee. One of the original 6 corners.
That is the original Six Corners.
The original.
That's the original.
Yeah. There was a Sears that was there when we first moved, and it is now a Target, but everyone's super happy about that.
Yeah.
Just a lot of the retail and the influx of like the modern conveniences which have popped up. We have more grocery stores now than we did before. It's great.
Yeah.
Now, one drawback to our neighborhood is that, because of how spaced out it is and where it is located with both the highway right there and then multiple train lines, a lot of people are in their cars quite a bit getting from to to fro. But the Grayland Metra line is there, the Irving Park
Blue line,
the Irving Park Metra line, and then you've got the highway access right there, and you're also at the 90 and 94 junction. So getting to O'Hare, we can get to
20
O'Hare.
minutes, right?
What?
20 minutes to O'Hare?
20 on a bad day.
On a bad day.
Yeah, we've gotten to O'Hare 13, 14 minutes sometimes.
Wow.
And then, I've actually started moving a lot of the like places like doctors and haircuts and dentists and all of the things that we used to have that were more maybe centrally located in like Lincoln Park, Bucktown area. We've actually started moving them more north because we can get there so much quicker on the highway.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
that was an adjustment, but not by much, and it's actually helped us in the end. But the community aspect is huge. The Old Irving Park Association is such an involved community. They get together not only for meetings, but there's parents' night out. There's even talks of extending the 606 into making more of that kind of like high line walkable feature across some of the defunct train lines. And I think a lot of Old Irving is really, really excited and getting behind that.
Yeah. I think the nice part about it, and I think the big draw for people, is that the kind of the joke that it's the suburbs in the city, right? That's what you call it. That's what everyone calls it, right? It's a happy medium between not having to move to the suburbs. We'll say we're not having to, but like if you don't want to move to the suburbs, but you don't want to leave the city, it's a happy medium. You still have all the conveniences. You're still, like you said, close to O'Hare. You can get downtown fairly easily when there's no construction on the Kennedy.
And it's over.
And it's over for now.
For now.
Until they start doing something else next year. But yeah, it is a very happy medium, I would say, and I think that's the big draw for it. And also, you mentioned like the architecture, types of homes, right? A lot of Victorians, Italianate styles, the bungalows.
There's a lot of bungalows. My house is actually a renovated bungalow from the 1920s.
You see a lot of those bungalows that have like a second story added on, right? Like
right.
The one we put an offer in on a couple years ago, which we didn't get, but it was that style where it had an addition added onto it to expand it, right? That's happening a lot as well.
Yeah, there a long time ago, over I think 100 years ago, there's the Irving Park Historical Society, which has now started to issue century plaques to certain homes in our neighborhood that qualify as a historic home. So you've got some of the Queen Anne's, which are beautiful. Like we said, a lot of the Victorian style. So it's really nice, especially when you see a home with a plaque, you know that there's history there. And the best part is, getting to know your neighbors and then being able to go inside and seeing what they've done with it.
Yeah. And you said too, like the Old Irving Park Association, they put on that Halloween parade every year.
Huge Halloween walk, Easter egg hunt in the spring. There's garden walks that they do every summer. And then I'm not sure how recently, but they would also do historical home walks.
Yes.
So there's just a lot of history enriched in the area. And, it feels like home. It is the suburbs and the city. It scratches all the itches for us. So I don't think we're going anywhere.
So what would you say is the biggest drawback for the area though?
Sometimes traffic off of the highway, can block up the neighborhood. I want to just say maybe the fact that I do have to get into my car to go most places. I can walk to a lot, but when we lived in Logan Square and Bucktown and Lincoln Park and Gold Coast, those are neighborhoods where you often did not need to get in your car.
I don't have to in Roscoe. I can go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and so, yeah, as soon as you start getting further out, then it starts driving. You can walk to some things still, but once you get all the way out to the suburbs, you're driving everywhere.
Right.
You know, I grew up in the suburbs. I could walk in my neighborhood. That was it. There was nothing to walk to.
Yeah. So I would say getting in the car is one thing that you have to expect. You will probably be doing quite a bit more than if you lived more centrally located to kind of that like heart of the city. But good proximity. There's a lot of parks that are there. But again,
Independence Park is huge.
Independence Park is great. Horner Park is not far away at all.
Yeah. That's just on the east end of Irving Park.
Irving Park and Ravenswood, and the river divides it, which
Yeah.
is huge and gorgeous. We love doing the river walk. But on the topic of the river, there's the water and the lack of water, right?
Yeah.
So,
So if somebody wants that lake,
if you want lake living, you're a little bit
that's
further
not it.
west.
Yeah, Irving Park is not it, you know. Or if you want the, you know, there is the bike path. How close you're not that far from a bike path that goes to through the trails, kind of northwest.
No, like LaBaugh Woods,
Right.
all of that. They all connect right
So
by.
that's great for someone that maybe likes the bike path along the lake, but
Yep.
you know, you're not really giving that up. Or like you said, if the 606 trail is extended, you could still have those, but you're not going to have the views of the lake, you know.
Right.
But it's not the end of the world. There's
No,
going to be pros and cons to every neighborhood, and
It takes 20, 25 minutes to get to the lake if we want to go.
Right.
But I do wish that it was closer. So
yeah.
not a lot of drawbacks. We love it.
So if someone were to be interested in buying or selling in Old Irving or Irving Park, you really are the best resource for that.
Honestly,
we both are, but you living there, you're the best resource for
I know the
someone.
blocks like the back of my hand.
Right.
They kind of dub it K-Town because that's in our alphabet street names. We are in K-Town
yes.
section.
Yep.
And the neighbors there have a lot of pride in each block that they live on. There's 3,600, 37.
How many block parties per summer would you say in the neighborhood?
I mean, even if it's not my block
Every other
party,
day.
even if it's not my
Multiple
block
per
party,
day.
we're at somebody else's block
Right.
party and vice versa. We love just commingling in that sense. Everybody comes out and has fun. We block off for Halloween. You know, it's just a really fun neighborhood to be a part of.
Yeah.